How's it going, everybody? This is Darrin with GuitarControl.com bringing this video lesson, and today I've got 3 fun and easy Southern rock riffs for you. So right now Guitar Control is giving away this really cool free chord chart. It's a free download. It's in PDF format, so it just has every chord that you could ever need all neatly compiled into one sheet, and you can download it, you can print it off, and put it where you practice, throw it in your gig bag, just have it wherever you might need any chord at a glance. And it's a free download, just click the link. So be sure to click on the link in the description for the tabs, and let's get close up and take a look at these. Alright, so the first one we're going to look at is the riff from Black Betty by Ram Jam. So this starts off, it's made up of just a bunch of just like regular power chords and bar chords and stuff that you probably already know. So the first one we got here is an A5. So I'm on the 5th fret of the low E string with my first finger, and then I'm picking up the 7th fret of the A string with my 3rd finger and the 7th fret of the D string with my 4th finger. Now if you're a beginner, you might have issue with getting that 4th string, and you might be trying to just do this with your first finger and your pinky. If you cannot get the D string, if you can just, whenever you're doing this shape, the note that's on the lowest string and the note that's on the highest string is the same note. So if you omit this one and just play this, it's close enough that you can still get through the song just fine. Alright, so we rest on 1, 2, 3, 4, and then on the and of 4 we hit this A5, and we're going to slide up a whole step to B5, and that's the downbeat of 1 of the second measure. And then we strum it again on the and of 1. So and 1 and. Okay, then we've got a muted strum. So I basically just release the pressure, just touch the strings, so that way you can just kind of get that percussive sound. You don't want to press down, you just want to lightly touch them. So that's the downbeat of beat number 2, and it's 16th notes. So it's just 2 quick ones, and then we have a D5. So, or actually I guess it's just a full on D major, but what we're doing is we're picking up the 5th fret of the A string now with your first finger, and the 7th fret of the D, G, and B string, all with your 3rd finger. Now, if you can't get that, and you can just get the A and the D string, that's, again, that'll be good enough to be able to play it. And then as you get better, you'll be able to get the whole chord. So we hit that D5, and that's on the and of 2. And then on the downbeat of 3, we have a mute strum, and then we're going to take this D shape and just move it up a whole step to E. So now your first finger should be at the 7th fret, and your 3rd finger should be at the 9th. Mute, back to the D. So. And then on the end of 4 of that second measure, we come back to the A5 and then slide up to the B5 again. 2 mutes. Now this time we have the same rhythm, but we're going to go to the D, mute, D, mute, D, A, and then it would just start over again. So. Alright, so the next one we're going to look at is a riff from Simple Man by Lynyrd Skynyrd. So for this we've just got 3 chords. We've got a regular old just C major open chord, so I'm on the 3rd fret of the A string with my 3rd finger, 2nd fret of the D string with my 2nd finger, the G string is open, and I'm on the 1st fret of the B string with my 1st finger. And then we've got a G, and for this particular case, the way I recommend do it is just to take your 2nd and 3rd finger and just move them down a set of strings. So now your 2nd finger's on the 2nd fret of the A string and your 3rd finger's on the 3rd fret of the low E. The reason being is because we're only playing just the E, A, D, and G string while we're on this chord. So it just makes it for an easy transition. And then the next chord we have is A minor 7. So for this particular voicing A minor 7, you just do regular old A minor. So first finger is just staying here on the first fret of the B string throughout all of this. And then my second finger is going to the second fret of the D string, and my third finger is going to the second fret of the G string. And then my pinky is going to pick up the third fret of the high E string. And that's A minor 7. So those are the 3 chords for this whole thing. So when we start off, we rest on this first measure. We rest for all 4 beats except for the last 2 16th notes of beat 4. So with that, we've got these pickup notes. So immediately, just put your first finger down here on the first fret of the B string and just keep it there. So we're going to hit the A string open, then the second fret with your second finger, and then drop to a C chord. So you got. So that's our picking pattern. So A, G, D, A, B, G, D, G. Then we're going to switch to the G. Now it's E, D, A, E, G, D, A, D. And then to the A minor 7. A, G, whoops, A, G, D, A, B, B, had my finger on the wrong string there. I'll try that again. So that third measure, we switched to A minor 7. A, G, D, A, B, G, D, G, A, B, G, D, E, B. And then those 2 pickup notes, and then it just repeats. Now, when you're playing that, if you notice there was a couple of places where I picked the G string when it should have been the B string, or vice versa, that kind of thing. As long as you're just staying out of off that high E string, except for that one note, if you hit any of the other strings, it's still going to sound, it's still going to sound good. It's still going to sound close enough. So don't, get too hung up if you, hit the wrong string. Just keep going. All right, and then the last one we're going to look at here is the riff from Midnight Rider. So this one's pretty easy because it just all revolves around D major, but we're going to want to play it a little bit differently. So take your first finger, just bar across the first 3 frets at the second fret, or excuse me, the first 3 strings at the second fret. So I got that first finger there, and then I'm going to use my ring finger, my third finger here, to pick up the 3rd fret of the B string. So it sounds the same as this, we're just playing it like this. And the reason is because we're going to need this middle finger here to do these little notes, little pickup notes. All right, so the beginning of this starts off, it's really kind of strange. We got we have the first 3 notes there, E, G, B, that referring to the strings, what string that is. And we hit that as a 16th note triplet, so it's like, and then on the end of that beat, we hit the D string again, so it's got, and then on the downbeat of 2, we strum the whole thing, and then on the end of 2, the G string, so, and then that's the riff. It repeats a total of 4 times, so twice per measure. So you got. So it's kind of hard to really get it so it's really consistently the same way. So then starting on the third measure is where it goes into this like really recognizable part. We play the A string open, and then we go to the third fret, and this is on the downbeat of 1, and that's 16th note. So it's, and then we go to the strum the D chord, but this way, so that we have that middle finger free, and we hit that on the and of 1, and then the downbeat of 2. So then we hit this note on the A string again. This is a C, the third fret here, and then back to the D. So when we hit this third time we hit the D chord is actually on the, what would that be, 1? It'd be on the and of 2, but it's tied to all of beat 3 plus the downbeat of 4. So, and then on the and of 4, we just hit the D chord again, and then on the fourth measure, it's just a variation of that. Open, 3, strum, strum, and then that just repeats. Alright, so there you have it, 3 not too terribly difficult to play fun Southern rock riffs. So if you like this lesson, be sure to give me a thumbs up and leave a comment down below if you have any questions about this or other guitar-related topics. If you've not already done so, please subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of the content that we upload throughout the week. Well, that is all I have for you today. Thanks for watching and have a great day.